Hi, in this video I'll be teaching you how to build a coaching website yourself in WordPress with Elementor Page Builder. So this video will be made 100% beginners friendly. You don't need to know how to write a single line of code, as all we'll be using to build our website is the Elementor Page Builder. You also don't need to have any previous website design experience, because all you just need to do is just follow every instructions in this video. You may be asking, can I use a free website? Of course you can, but I don't recommend using a free website. So because of the following reasons. Number one, free websites have limited features and customization options, and this can restrict your ability to create a unique and professional looking website that effectively represents your brand. Also, free websites often include the name of the website builder in the domain name. If, for example, if you are using Weebly, you will have Weebly at the end of your domain if you are using a free Weebly website. And thirdly, free websites often have their branding and ads displayed on your website, and this can distract your visitors and may even redirect them away from your website. Also, free websites have limited storage and bandwidth, and this restriction on storage space and bandwidth can become problematic as your business grows and you need more resources to support increased traffic and content. Also, free websites have lack of support. They provide limited to no customer support. If you encounter issues or need assistance, you may find it challenging to get the help you need. Also, free website hosting may not offer the same level of security measures provided in the paid hosting services, and this could leave your website more vulnerable to security threats, putting your business and customers' data at risk. Also, free websites have unprofessional appearance, so the limitation in the design and customization may result in less polished and professional appearance for your website and potentially impacting the credibility of your business. And last, with free websites, you have limited control over your content and data, and the platform hosting your site could impose restrictions on what you can publish or even shut down your website without warning. So this video is broken down into 4 easy steps. So in the first step, we'll be buying our domain and our hosting. In the second step, we'll be installing WordPress. In the third step, we'll be installing our themes and plugins. And lastly, in the fourth step, we'll be designing our website. So let's buy our hosting and domain. So to buy your domain and hosting, I recommend the following hosting providers. Number one, Bluehost. Their service is reliable and their customer support is top notch. And also, I recommend HostingJar. HostingJar also have a very good hosting services. And thirdly, I recommend Namecheap. Namecheap customer support is also very good. They have a good uptime. So if you want to buy your hosting and domain, you can use the link in the description of this video to get 75% discount. So if you are looking to get discount on your purchase, if you don't have an account with Bluehost or any of these hosting providers, just use the link in the description of this video. Then you will get up to 75% discount on your first purchase. For the sake of this video tutorial, I will be using Bluehost to buy the hosting and the domain. So to buy your hosting, just use the link in the description, to get 75% discount. Then you will get to a page that looks like this. Just scroll down and select a package. So this is the plan we'll be going with, the basic plan, and it costs $2.95 per month. So these are the features. You have one website, you have 10 gigabytes SSD storage, customer chat support, you get free domain name for the first year and free SSL for the first year. So if you are looking to build more than one website, you can go with the other plans, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be going with the basic plan, which is $2.95 per month. So to select the plan, just click on select, then you can click on skip and scroll down. Now here you can create your domain name. So just type in the name you want for your website. So if you want .com extension, you can select it here, or you can change it also. So we want .com. So click next. Okay, sorry, this domain is unavailable. Try to search again. So let's search for another domain name. Congrats, your domain is available. Get it for free for the first year. So just click continue. Click on continue button. Now in the account information here, just type in your information, your name, your country, address, your postal code, your phone number, emails, and just fill in the information. Then after you've done that, then you will be able to see your package information here, the plan you selected, and the service term. So the package extra also are pre-selected for you. You can uncheck it if you don't want it. So I don't want it, so let me uncheck everything. So now the total is $35.40. So the payment information, just type in your name on your credit card or your debit card, or if you are using PayPal, just select PayPal here and click pay with PayPal. So once you successfully made the payment, the receipt of your payment will be sent to your email, and then you will be redirected to a Bluehost registration page where you can type in the password for your Bluehost account. So there you'll be able to set your Bluehost password, then complete your registration. So after you've completed your registration, you'll be able to log into your Bluehost account, so you can install WordPress on your website. So very shortly I'll be showing you how to install WordPress on your website. To install WordPress on your website, just log into your Bluehost account, then click hosting, and you will see a dashboard that looks like this. Then click on add sites. After you've clicked the hosting, click add sites, so you can add your sites. Then select install WordPress, click install WordPress, then click continue. And after that, you will be able to add your site title, so you can type any name you want for your website. And if you don't know what to type, you can just click skip for now. So after that, you will be taken to a page to connect your domain URL. So just type in the domain name you bought while registering on Bluehost. Just type in your domain name, then click continue. So once then, WordPress will start installing on your website. Then after it is successfully installed, you will be able to log into your WordPress website. So and you will see a button that says log into WordPress, and just click on the button. Then you will be able to log into your WordPress website. So now let me log into my WordPress website, because I've already created a WordPress website. So let me log into the WordPress website. Then so once you log into your WordPress website, you will see a dashboard that looks like this. So let us clean up this WordPress dashboard. To do that, click on the screen option, then uncheck all the buttons here, and click the screen option button again. As you can see now, the dashboard is now cleaned. So let us delete unwanted posts and pages on our websites, as well as the plugins we don't want. So to do that, click on the post or posts, then just click trash. You can click on the trash tray here and delete permanently. Click on pages or pages, select the check box above, then click on the drop down here, move to trash, click apply. You can click the trash tree here, then click the checkbox to select all, then click the drop down, click delete permanently. So now let's delete unwanted plugins on our website. Just click over the plugins section, click install plugin, so you can delete any unwanted plugins you don't want. So ensure that before deleting any plugins, ensure that you deactivate the plugin by clicking on the deactivate link here, then you delete it. So let's select unwanted plugins, then click the drop down, select delete, then click apply, click OK. So now let me quickly show you the overview of the WordPress. Let's click on the dashboard again. So this is the WordPress dashboard, and this is the post section where you can add new blog posts. You can also see all your blog posts by clicking on all blog posts. You can click add new posts to add new posts. You can categorize your posts, add tags to your posts. And also in this section, media section here, you'll be able to see all the images and videos and other files on your website. You can also add new media files. In the page section here, you can delete and you can add new pages. You can also see all the pages on your website. Here in the comment section, you can manage comments on your posts. In the appearance tab here, you can install new theme and delete new themes as well. The plugin section, you can add new plugins. You can also see the plugins already installed on your website. Here you can add new users to your website. And also in the settings here, you can, let me quickly show you, okay, the settings you can, so let me quickly show you a few changes you need to make in the settings section here. So just on the general, click the general. So here you can give your website a title by typing your title here, and you can also add give your website a tagline. So you can see your website URL, your administrative URL. So in the reading section here, let's click on reading settings. You can discourage search engine from indexing your site here. So if you don't want your site to be available to search engine, so in the permalink section here, let's click the permalink. You can change your permalink structure. So let's change it from day and name to post name, because we want a link to show the post name. So click save changes to save your changes. Now let's add new theme to this website. To do that, just over the appearance, click themes. So we don't want all these pre-installed themes. So what you can do is we can delete all of them. So click theme details, delete, okay. So now let's add a new theme. Just click add new theme. So we'll be installing the Elementor theme, the Hello theme by Elementor. Click install, click activate. Now the Hello theme is installed on our website. Now let's delete this theme. Click theme details. Now let's install plugins on our website. Click on plugins, add new. You can search for Elementor here. You can also click on install Elementor here. We are getting this notification because we installed the Hello theme. So you can either click on this or on this to install and activate the Elementor. So let's install it by clicking on this one, activate. Now let's close this welcome page. Let's hide this from the dashboard, the Elementor overview. Let's hide this again. Now let's install the Elementor Pro plugin. Plugins, add new plugins. Click upload. I already have the Elementor Pro on my computer, so I will just be uploading it. So if you don't have the Elementor Pro plugin, you can use the link in the description of this video to get the Elementor Pro plugin. So let me quickly upload the Elementor Pro plugin. Now the Elementor Pro is installed on our website. So click activate plugin to activate. So now let's create the pages we want on this website. So over the pages, click add new page. Let's open it in a new tab. So let me copy and paste the name of the pages we will be creating. So just type in the name. So this will be our home. Click publish. So you can view the page by clicking here to view it, but it is empty, we don't have anything. You can also view all the pages by clicking on this icon here and see the page. So you can also add new page by clicking here. So let's add other pages. So I will quickly forward this video. I will just be copying and pasting the name of the pages for these websites. So now let's create the header menu. So just name your header menu. We can name it header. Now select the display location, click header, then click create menu. Now select the pages you want to feature in this menu. Let's select the pages. Then click add menu, add to menu. Now the pages is added. We can sort this page by clicking and dragging these pages. So let's rearrange these pages. So after you rearrange the pages, click save menu. Now let's create the footer menu for this website. So to create the footer, just click on this create a new menu link here, then you can name it footer menu. Click create menu, then select the menu, select the pages you want to add to the menu, click add to menu. Now you can rearrange the menu. So once you are done, click save menu. Now let's create another menu for the services offered on this website. So we will create another menu for these services. So to do that, click on create menu link here, then you can name the menu as services menu, then just click create menu, then select the services, click add to menu, then rearrange the menu, click save menu to save changes. Now let's create one more menu for the mobile view. Click on a new menu and click create menu, and select the pages you want on the menu. Okay, we don't have the contact page here yet, so now let's quickly create a contact page, then we'll be able to add it to this menu. So let's go to the pages, add new page, contact. Now let's go back to the menu. Now we can reload this. Let's reload this page. Now the contact is showing. Select it, click add to menu. Let's rearrange the menu. Click save menu once you're done. Now let's quickly see the menus we have on our website. You can see we have header, we have one header for the desktop, one for mobile, we have the service menu, and we also have the footer. So now let's start designing our pages. Let's go back to the pages, all pages. Now let's design the home page. You can sort the pages by clicking on the dates. So let's scroll down, open it in the new tab, click edit with Elementor. Now let's close this pop-up. You can reload this page to close this pop-up, or you can just zoom out then close the pop-up. Now you can see that the header, the heading menu, and the footer menu is now showing. So let's close this navigator. So if you look at the layout section here, you can see that the flex box container is activated on Elementor. So if you also click on the plus icon here, you will see the different layout structure for the flex box container. So I don't want to use the flex box container for this website creation, so let's quickly deactivate the flex box container. So to do that, just go back to your website dashboard, then go to the Elementor, settings, features, scroll down, flexbox container, click inactive, deactivate, scroll down, then save changes. Now flexbox container is deactivated. Let's go back to check. You will see that the container here will disappear and the layout structure here will change. So let's reload. Now as you can see, there is no more container widgets on this panel. You can see we now have inner section. We also click on the plus icon here. You will see that the layout structure is now different. Now let's start designing our website homepage. So before we start designing the homepage, let us create the global color and the global font for this website. So to do that, just click on this hamburger icon, site settings, and then click global color. So I have saved this color on my notepad, so I'll just be copying and pasting the color. So just copy the color, then paste it. Click on the color, then paste, click again. So I'll just be copying and pasting. So I'll quickly forward this video. After you've done pasting, click update to save changes. Now click the back arrow to go back, click global font. Now let's quickly type in our global font. So for the font, for our primary font, we want Proxima Nova. So this is the font name we want for our primary, as our primary color. So let's see if this font comes with the Elementor page builder. So let's search for it and search. So we don't have Proxima font on this Elementor page builder. So what we can do is we can add a custom font to this website. So to do that, let's go back to our dashboard, then the Elementor custom fonts, click on custom fonts, add new. So you can name the font, just type in the font's name, then click add variation, then upload the font, the file of the font. So I'm uploading the WAV file. So let me upload this. Just click on upload, let me drag it, click select WAV file. Now it is uploaded, so just click publish. So now if we go back to our page, let's reload this page. Let's go back to the global font, the primary color, click on it. Let's search for the font again. Now you can see Proxima Nova is now showing. Select the font. Let's give the font size 116 pixel, normal 9x20. So let me quickly do the same for the secondary, the text, and the accent fonts. I'll just be clicking and changing the fonts. So once you are done changing the font, just click update and click the back arrow to go back. Now let's upload our site logo. Just click on the site identity and click choose SVG file if you are uploading an SVG file. If you are uploading a PNG file, just click choose image, because I'm uploading an SVG file because it is recommended for the logo, because it doesn't get blurry and it doesn't get pixelated. So that's why I'm using the SVG logo. So click choose SVG. If you get this notification, just click enable. Now let's drag in the SVG logo. Click select. Now if you have a favicon, you can also click and choose or select the favicon image, then upload. So click update when you are done and click on the back arrow again. Now that we have set our global color and the global fonts, let us design the header and the footer for this website. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, then Elementor. Now the templates tab here, click theme builder, select the header, click add new, click on the close icon. Now this is our header. Let's start designing this header. Now click on the plus icon here to add a new site structure and layout structure. Then the content width, set it to full width. Height, set it to minimum height. Minimum height, set it to 100 pixel. Now let's drag in an inner section into this section. Click on the icon here, search for inner section and click and drag it inside. Then duplicate the inner section and the column in the inner section. Now let's drag our site logo, click and drag it into one of the columns of the inner section. See, our logo is now showing. You can align it to the left. You can also increase the size in the style tab here, set it to 100% and click the icon again. Let's search for menu. Okay, this is it, the WordPress menu. Just click and drag it to the second column of the inner section. Now you can change the menu here by clicking on the drop down. Just select the header menu. Now for the third column, let's search for button. Just click and drag it to the third column. So now let's change this column width. Let's select the column width, the column of the inner section. Let's set it to 32.3. Let's select this second column. Let's change it to 40. Now let's start this menu and let's select this logo. Let's set it to 90%. Let's select this menu, let's style it. The layout, set it to horizontal, alignment, center, pointer, none. Submenu indicator, you can leave it as it is. Breakpoint, mobile. Full width, set it to yes. Text align, you can center it. Toggle button, you can leave it at hamburger. So the icon of the toggle, so for example, let's go to the mobile mode, select the mobile. We see the icon, this icon, let's change it. So to change it, just click on the icon library, then you can upload the icon you want. So you can also upload an icon, an SVG icon, by clicking on this icon. So let's upload an SVG. Click on the icon, let's drag in the icon. You can click insert media. You can see now the icon has changed. So on the active mode, select the active. Let's change this hamburger. Click upload file. Let's drag it in. Click insert media. So now if we click on this, the icon has also changed. So now let's go back to the desktop view. Now let's style this nav menu. Click on the style. The typography, let's leave it as primary. The color, text color, let's leave it as black. The over color, let's set it to secondary. The active color, let's set it to secondary as well. So you see. So the text padding, let's set it to 15. Vertical padding, you can leave it as it is. So scroll down, the drop down, the typography, let's leave it as accent. So the toggle button, let's click on the toggle button. Let's set the color to primary. Let's set it to text. Then the background color, for the toggle, this is the background color. Let's click on the mobile device. If you see, you can see the background color. So let's deactivate the background color. The background color, click on the color and drag down the opacity. You can see it is no more showing. So the text color, let's set it to the over, let's set it to secondary. So if you over it, it is now showing the secondary color. So the active as well, let's change it to secondary. So the background color, let's drag down the opacity. So the same for the text color. The background, let's drag down the opacity. So now let's go back to a desktop view. Now let's change the text of the button. The text, let me quickly copy and paste the text. Now let's style the text. In the link, you can paste your the link to your Calendly. The link to your Calendly. So whenever visitors click on the button, they will be taken to the Calendly page, so they can book an appointment with you, or you can also link to your contact page. So let's style the button to the right. The size, let's leave it as small. Click the style tile, let's leave it. Let's change the text color to white. The background color, let's change it to secondary. The background radius, set it to 0. The padding, let's set it to 15. The right, set it to 50. At the right, at the left, set it to 50. Now let's change the typography of the button. Let's set it to 400. Now let's check the responsiveness on tablet and mobile. Let's click on the tablet here, mode to view the responsiveness. So let's quickly make some changes here. So the button, set it to 15. Change the button, set it to 15. Now let's add line height to the text of the button. Click the button, typography, scroll down, line height, set it to 18 pixel. Now let's go to the mobile mode. Now the mobile mode, let's center this button. Let's select the button content, set it to center. Now we want to hide this button on mobile mode, and this is the contact button. And if we click on this hamburger icon here, you see that there is no contact page in this drop down. So what we can do is, let us create another. If you remember, we created a menu, a header menu for mobile. So what we can do is just hide this header on mobile, then we can show the menu we created for mobile. So let's quickly do that. Let's go back to the desktop view. Let's duplicate this page. Now what we can do is this, select the menu here. Let's change it to header menu for mobile. Now this button, let's hide it on, this section, let's hide it on. Select the column, go to advanced, responsiveness, let's hide it on portrait, let's hide it on tablet also. Let's go to the tablet mode. You see it is hidden on tablet, the button. If we click on this, so now let's hide this menu, this whole menu on desktop and tablet as well. Select the menu, the section, go to advanced, then go to responsive, hide on desktop, hide on portrait. So it will only be showing in the mobile mode. So now let's go back again. Tablets, you can see it is not showing on the tablet mode. Let's go to the mobile. Let's close this. So you can see now the button is still not showing on mobile. So now let's style this for mobile. Let's style this. Let's click here on the column of the intersection. Let's set it to 75, then select the column here, set it to 25. So now we have this beside each other. So now let's hide this section on mobile mode. Let's select the section, advanced, responsiveness, hide on desktop. So if you go back now, so this is showing on mobile, so the contact form is showing. If we click on here, we don't have the button. So if you click on the drop down, visitor will be able to click on the contacts page here. So one more thing for us to do, let's add a background color to this drop down. Click on the style, scroll down to the drop down, the background color, just click on the opacity, drag it up and set the color to white. So if you click on the hamburger icon, you can see we have white background now. So let's click on the image, so the site logo. Let's see if we can increase the size of the logo. So we can increase it to 100. Let's increase this logo size. So let's add the background color to this drop down. Let's increase the opacity and set it to white. So now the header is now responsive on tablet and mobile. So now let's publish the header. Just click publish, then click add condition, entire site, then save and close. So the header will be published on all the websites. Now let's create the footer nav menu for this website. Just go back to your WordPress dashboard, then templates, theme builder, footer, then click add new. Now click on the close icon to close the pop-up. Now let's create a footer. Scroll down, click on the plus icon, click the size structure, select content width, change it to full width, height, minimum height. Now the height, let's give it a background color. Select the color, click classic, select from the global color, select accent. Now click on the advanced padding on link, top 20 pixel, bottom 20 pixel. Click on the icon, then let's drag inner section into this section. Search for inner section, then click and drag it inside. Now duplicate the column of the inner section. Let's duplicate it 4 times. Now we have 4 columns inside this inner section. So now let's start adding our content. So now let's duplicate this inner section. Duplicate and duplicate. Now let's paste in the heading widget into this inner section. Click on the heading widget, click on the icon here and search for heading. Click and drag it. Let's drag it into one column and paste the text contact. Let's change the HTML tag to H3. Now the style, let's start the heading. The color, let's leave it as primary. The text, let's style it. Click on the pencil icon. Let's change the weight to 700. Let's duplicate this text and paste it and drag it into the next column. Duplicate. Let's quickly change the text of these headings. Now let's search for icon list. Okay, just search for list and drag it under the contact in the column of the contact. Now let's style this. Click on the list and let's change the icon. Let's change it to let's copy and paste the text. your phone number. Now let's style this list. Click on style, space between 16. Click on icon, size set it to 20. Icon color change to secondary. Horizontal alignment set it to left. Vertical alignment leave it at 0. Text typography, let's change it to primary. Size, let's set it for 14, and click on the pencil icon again. The color, let's change it to text. Now the services, let's add the services menu. Let's click on the icon here and search for menu. Okay, WordPress menu, and click and drag it inside this column. Then change the menu, click on it and select the service menu. Now let's style this menu. Change the layout to vertical, alignment left, pointer none, breakpoint none. Now go to the style tab. So the typography, set it to 14. Horizontal padding, set it to 1. Vertical padding, set it to 6. Click the drop down. So we don't need to make any changes in the drop down. since we don't have drop down. We deselected, we set the drop down to none on mobile. So go to the main menu again. Now the over color, let's change the over color. Let's set it to secondary. So if you hover over the color, let's change the active, let's set it to secondary as well. Now let's duplicate this, and let's duplicate and drag it into the information page. Now select the menu, go to the contents, the menu, let's change it to footer menu. Now we have so what we can do to fix this uppercase issue is just, let's go back to the page, so the pages, and changes from uppercase to capitalize. So I will do that shortly, but before that, let's add a button to this section. So let's just copy the button. Let's save this as a draft, or we can just publish the page. Let's click add new, add condition, click save changes. Now the footer is published. So let's copy the button here, or we can also save it as a global widget, then reuse it on the footer section. So let's select the button, let's save it as a global button and click save. Now let's go back and save changes, click save changes. Now to add the button, click on the global here. I've already saved the button as a global widget, so then click and drag it into the right under this heading. So now we have the button. So let's hide this. So you can unlink this button. So if you don't want any changes made here to reflect in the header, so, or you can just leave it as it is. If you want the same changes for both the header and the footer, so they can link to the same page. So once you're done, just click update. So let's quickly fix this capitalization issue here. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Let's go to appearance, menus, and click on the drop down icon here. Then change the name, just change it to about. You can also do the same thing for the one here, blog, then click save menu. So now let's see if the changes is reflecting here. So let's reload this page to see that. Now as you can see, the issue is now fixed. So now let's view the responsiveness of this footer on. Okay, before we do that, let's add a logo to the inner section, the second inner section we created at the top here. So let's drag in, let's search for image, then click and drag it here. Or if you are using the same logo for the heading and the footer, you can just search for logo instead of image. Just click and drag the site logo. Let's delete the image because I'm using the same logo for the in the header and the footer as well. Let's align it to the left. Let's increase the width to 100%. So now let's check the responsiveness mode. Click on the responsive mode, then mobile. It's looking good on mobile. Select desktop. So just select the inner section, then go to advanced, then scroll down, responsive, reverse on mobile. So now we have the button at the top. So select the heading and center it. So you can, if you want to center the rest of this, you can also make the changes to it. Well, let's leave it as it is. Click update to save changes. So now we have set our header and the footer menu. So the next thing we want to do now is to start designing our home page. On the home page in a new tab, and we can edit it with Elementor and start designing the home page. Let's click on edit with Elementor, and let's hide this site title. Click on the settings icon here, scroll down, hide title, set it to yes, page layout, set it to Elementor full width, then click update. After the page has finished loading, click update to save the changes. Now let's design the hero section for our website. Click on the plus icon, select one column layout structure, content width full width, height minimum height. Now let's add a background color to this section. Select the section, style, select background type, click choose image, choose the file. Let me quickly drag in the file. So I'm getting an error message, the server cannot process the image. So let's upload it in the media section. Let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Then in the media, click add new file. Let's open it in a new tab. Then let's drag in the image here. So I was able to upload the image by clicking on the add new media in the media section here, then select the image and click upload. So let me change the view back. So I was able to do that here. So the image is uploaded. So let's change the image of our hero section. Smith. Let's reload this page. Let's update, then reload. Select the section again, style, choose image. You can see those images are uploaded. So just select it. Let's start the image, position, center, and let's center it to the top center. Attachments, default, repeat, no repeat, display size, cover. Now let's go to the advanced. The padding at the top, let's add 20, At the bottom, let's add 20. Let's change it to 50 at the top, 50 at the bottom, 50. Now let's go to the layout. The minimum height, let's change it to viewport height. Let's change it to 75 VH. Viewport height. The column position, let's leave it. Let's go to the style. So this is okay. The advanced as well. Now click on the icon here. Let's add an inner section. Click and drag the inner section. Let's click on the icon to add heading widgets to the side here. Now let's add the heading text. Let's change the HTML tag of the heading to H1. Then let's copy and paste the text. Now as you can see, the text is on one line, so let's break the text into 3 lines. So let's add an HTML tag, the left angle BR and the right angle B brackets. So let's copy the HTML tag again and paste it on both the where we want the line to break. As you can see, the line is broken down. So now let's style this text. Click on the style, the text, let's set it to, let's leave it as it is, and the typography, let's change the size to 60, line height to 68. Let's click the pencil icon to hide this. Now let's add our text editor widget under this heading. So click on the text editor, click on the text editor widget and drag it under the heading. Now let's paste the text. Now let's style this text. Now click on the pencil icon, the typography, line height, let's set it to 20, size, let's set it to 16, let's change it to 14. Now let's add a background color to this column of the inner section, to this left column. Select the column of the inner section, then click style, background, select the color from the global color we set earlier, select accents. Now click the advanced, the padding, give it 50 pixel. Now let's hide this. You see now our hero section is looking good. Now let's hide this again. Click update to save changes. Now let's add another section. Click on the plus icon, click on the layout structure, content width, set it to full width, height, minimum height. Let's set a background color, style, background color, set it to the global color we set earlier, advanced. Let's add padding at the top 50, the bottom 50. Now let's drag in an inner section. Let's click and drag the inner section. Now let's drag an image widget into this section, into this column. Now let's choose the image. Let's drag in the image. Let's click dismiss. Let's close this. Let's click update. Let's reload this page to see if the image has been uploaded. Select the image, click choose image. So the image is now uploaded. So now let's style this image. Select the style, width 100%, height, let's set it to 335, object fit, let's set it to cover. Now let's drag in an heading text into the other column. Heading, let's paste the text. Click and drag the heading text. Let's paste the text. Let's leave the HTML tag as h2. Let's style the text, typography 25, line height 32. Now let's search for list icon list, drag it under the heading. Let's paste in let's quickly change the icon widgets, the icon. Click on the icon, search for check. This is the one we're looking for. Click insert. Now let's paste in the text of the list. Let me quickly copy and paste all this text. Okay, now we have our first text. So what we need to do is just duplicate. Click on duplicate icon, then click on it as many times as you want. Then once you have the number of list you want, just start clicking on each one and copying and pasting the text. So let me quickly start copying and pasting the text. So we are done with the copying and pasting of the text. Let's style this icon then. So click on style, space between 15. Let's set alignment to left. Now click on the icon. The color of the icon, set it to secondary. Size, set it to 20. Gap, set it to 10. Horizontal alignment, set it to left. Now go to the text. Now the text, let's style it. Let's change the text to 16, the line height. Now let's click on this icon. Let's change this in the settings here. The line height is at 10. Let's change it to 16. Click update to save changes. Now click on the close icon here. Now click on the text again. In typography, let's set it to the text. So the text color, let's change it to text. Let's hide this panel. Now let's select this inner section here. Click advanced, on link padding. At the left, let's set it to 50. Let's do the same for this. Select this column of the inner section. Select the column. Advanced padding, on link padding. At the left, let's set it to 70. Let's hide. Okay, now we have enough space between the image and the text. Now let's add another section. Click on the plus icon, select the size structure, content width, full width, height, minimum height. Let's drag it down. Let's leave it as it is. Then let's set the background style. Select the color, set it to secondary. Now let's drag in an inner section. Let's delete one column from the inner section. Select the inner section. Let's give the inner section a width of 800 pixel. Now let's select the section. Let's give it height of 200. Now let's drag in an heading widget. Let's copy and paste in the text for the heading. Let's center it. style, let's change the color to white. Typography, let's set it to 30. Line height, let's change it to. Now let's drag in the text editor widget. Let's copy the text we want to paste, then click on the icon here, click and drag text editor under the heading widget, then paste the text. Let's style it, click on the style. Color, let's change it to white. The text, let's center the text. Now let's change the typography, set it to 16. The line height, let's change it to 20. Click update to save changes. Now let's add another section. So we'll be creating a section that is similar to this. So instead of creating from scratch, let's duplicate this and drag it under. Just drag it to the last part of the page. And now let's rearrange. Let's click this image and drag it to this column. The text, let's drag it to the other column. Now let's change the style we set here. Select the column, click advance. The left, let's set it to 0. Let's click on the link padding. Right, let's set it to 50. Let's select this as well. At the column, let's set the left padding to 50. Now let's quickly change the image and the text. Select the image. Now click choose image. Click upload. Let's quickly select the image. Now the image is uploaded. Click select. Now let's change the text. Select the text. Let's quickly copy and paste the text. Once you are done changing the text, let's set this. Let's align this text to the middle. Select the column here. Go to the layout, vertical align, middle. Now the text is set to middle. You can also do the same for the one here. Select the column, layout, vertical align, middle. You can also do the same thing for the image as well. Layout, vertical align, middle, column, layout, vertical align, middle. Now click update to save changes. Now let's change this background color of this section to white. Select the section, style, color, white. So now let's add another section. Click on the plus icon, click on the single structure, layout, column, content width, full width, height, minimum height, and select the section. Let's give it a background color. Select style, background type, select color, then set it to accents. Now the advanced, let's unlink the padding. Top 50, bottom 50. Click on the icon again. Now let's drag in an inner section. Now let's delete one column from the inner section. Click delete. Select the inner section again. Let's add, click on the icon, let's add text heading widget to the inner section. Let's paste the text. Now let's copy the style from the text here. Right click on the pencil, copy, then let's go back, then right click on this pencil again and paste style. Now let's select the heading, let's change the color to black. Now let's search for testimonial. Click on the icon here, search for testimonial carousel, and click and drag it under. Now let's style the testimonial. Let's delete, let's leave one, Let's click on the slides. Let's copy and paste our text. To break up the text into three lines, let's add angle brackets, BR and angle brackets to break the text. Now let's copy and paste it again. Let's add it one more time. Again, let's change the name to Katie Williams. Now let's choose an image for this. Let's quickly drag in an image. Click update. Let's refresh this page and you see if the image is uploaded. Select the testimonial again. Now click choose image. Now the image is uploaded. Click select. Now the image is now showing. Let's close this slide again. Now let's tie this testimonial carousel. So let's quickly duplicate this slides. Click on duplicate on the copy. Click on it again. Let's duplicate into 5 places. Now let's style this. The skin, let's change it to bubble. The layout, let's change it to image stack. Slide per view, let's change it to 2. Slide to scroll, let's change it to 1. Width, let's change it to 90%. Additional option, let's leave it at dots. Arrow, let's disable the arrow. Transition, let's leave it. A lazy load, let's activate it. Now go to the style tab. Space between, set it to 50. Background color, you can drag down the opacity. The content, the gap, let's set it to 10. Text color, let's leave it. The typography, let's change the typography to the style, let's change it to italic. The name, let's change the typography. Okay, let's leave the name, the typography of the name. The title, let's change it. Let's change it to 16, and the weight, let's set it to 700. Bold. Line height, let's change it to 20, 22. Now click the pencil icon to close this. The image, let's change the size to 60. Gap, let's set it to 15. Scroll down. The navigator, let's leave the arrow as it is. We don't have an arrow. Pagination size, let's set it to 8. Active color, let's set it to secondary. Click on the bubble. Now change the padding to 45. Click update to save changes. Now let's hide the panel. Click on the icon. So it seems like this testimonial slide is not in this inner section. So let's click and drag it right into the inner section. You can see. Let's hide the panel again. Okay, the testimonial slider is now in the inner section, so it is looking good. Click update to save changes. Now if you want to edit the testimonials, all you need to do is just click on the pencil icon on the carousel, testimonial carousel, and click on each slides, then change the text and the images and the name. Select the next slide and do the same thing until you change all the testimonials in the slide. So now let's add another section. Click on the plus icon here, select a single structure, then the content width, set it to full width. Height, set it to minimum height. Now before we create another section, let's quickly add a button right under this testimonial carousel. So if you remember, we already created the button and save it as a global widget. So just click on this icon, then click on the global tab, then click and drag the button right under the testimonial carousel, then unlink it so you can slide it. You can style it and click on the style. In the advanced, let's add some padding. Unlink the padding on the top, let's set it to 20. You can make it 25. Let's create a new section. So we can create another section from scratch, or we can duplicate this section. So let's duplicate the section. Let's delete that section. Let's duplicate this section instead of creating another one from scratch. click duplicate. Now let's change the background color. Select it, the section, click style, background color, let's set it to white. Now the text, let's change the text. Now let's select the inner section. The content width, let's change it to 800 pixel. The carousel slide, let's the testimonial carousel, let's delete it. Now let's search for video. Okay, this is a video. Let's just click and drag it under the heading. Now we have a video. So just all you need to do is just copy the video, then paste the link in the link source here. You can also change the video settings. You can set it to lazy load if you want. So image overlay, let's add a thumbnail for this image. Let's click show, click choose image. Let's quickly drag in an image, click select. Now we have an image overlay. Now let's set a background color for this section. Let's select the section, go to style, background color, let's paste in the color. So now let's select the video again. The player control, let's turn it off. The video overlay, play icon, let's turn it off. So we only have the image now. Click update to save changes. Now let's add another section. So the next section we'll be creating look similar to this one here. So what we can do is just let's duplicate this section and drag it to the bottom. Right click on it and duplicate. So now let's drag the section to the bottom of the page. Let's click and drag it down and drop it at the last section. So now let's change the image. Let's select the image, then click choose image and quickly upload the image. So click select and let's change the text. Select the heading text. Let's copy and paste. Now select, let's delete this icon list, delete. Now let's drag in text editor widgets under the heading widgets. Let's copy and paste the text. Now let's style this text. Select the column. Let's add some space between this image and the text. Select the column, click advanced. The right, let's set the padding at the right to 50, and there's enough space between the image and the text now. Now click on the text, style, so let's leave the text as it is. Click update to save changes. Now let's add another section. So what we can do is just let's duplicate this section, then let's drag it down to the last part of the page, then drop it. Now let's change the text and the heading. Now let's select the section. Let's change the height to 120. Let's add some padding to the top and bottom and link top 50, bottom 50. Now let's drag this, let's delete this text editor widget. Let's drag this heading outside the inner section. Now the inner section, let's delete the width. Let's duplicate the column of the inner section now 4 times. Now let's change the background color of this section. Select the section, select style, the color, set it to accent. Select the section again. The heading text color, let's change it to black. Now let's drag in an image widget into this inner section, the column of the inner section. Click and drag it. Now let's quickly upload the logos for this section. Now I'm getting the error again, so don't worry, let's close this page. Let's click update to save changes and reload the page. I'm sure the image would have been uploaded. Now let's select the image widget, click choose image. Now as you can see, the images are now uploaded. So what you can do is just start selecting the images. So let's duplicate this column again. Let's duplicate it one more time. Let's change the image of the logo, click choose. Now let's delete these empty columns. Now let's change this logo. This is looking smaller. So now click update. You are done with the changes. Let's hide the panel to view. This is looking good. Let's unhide this panel. Now let's create the last section for this website. So let's just duplicate this section again. Click duplicate. Let's drag the section to the last part of the page. Select the section. Let's set the height to 300. Now let's change the background, the color. Let's delete the color. Let's select a background image. Click upload. Let's drag in an image. Click select. Now let's style this image. The position, let's set it to center. Attachment default, repeat, no repeat, display size, cover. Now let's add background overlay. Click background overlay. Let's set the color to primary. Let's increase the background, the opacity 0.6. Now let's change the text. Click update to save changes. Now let's hide this panel to view our website. You can see our website is now set up correctly. So the next thing we can do is to start setting the website, optimizing the website for tablet and mobile responsiveness. So let's quickly do that. Let's unhide the panel. Now click on the responsiveness mode icon here. Let's select the hero section here. Now select the portrait mode. Let's quickly change the text. Now let's change the heading text. Select it, select style, set it to 35. Line height, let's change it to pixel, set it to 40. Now the heading section, the hero section is now looking good. Now let's go to the next section. Okay, now let's reduce the spacing between this section and this image. Now select the section, click advanced, unlink the padding, and set it to 30 at the top, 30 at the bottom. Now it is looking better. Now let's scroll to the next section, click the image, let's style it. Select the column of the inner section, select the image, unlink the padding, set it to 20. Select this section, click advanced, unlink the padding, set it to 30. Now it is looking better. Now let's select the section, click advanced, unlink the padding. Now we can leave this section as it is, or we can add some padding to the top. Let's add some 20 at the bottom, 20. So this is looking okay. Let's go back to the next section. Let's select this section as well. Select advanced, unlink, set it to 20. Let's select this section as well. Click advanced, set it to unlink the padding, set it to 20. Now this section, select this section, click advanced, unlink the padding, let's set it to 20 at the top and 20 at the bottom. Now scroll down. This section is looking okay. Now let's go to the next section. This is looking okay as well. Now this section, select the column of the inner section, click advanced, unlink the padding, at the right 20, at the left 20. Select the next column, advanced, unlink the padding, at the right 20. Click update to save changes. Now let's scroll down. So these sections are looking good. Now let's go to the mobile mode. Let's select this section, click on mobile icon at the top. Now let's style this. Now select the text, typography, let's set it to 32. Let's scroll down. Line height, let's set it to 38. So this section is looking good. Let's click on this section again. So let's leave it as it is. Now let's scroll down. Now let's select the column of this inner section. Let's set it to 0. Click the link chain again. Now click on the second column of the inner section. Click on the link chain icon and click it again. Now let's unlink it. Let's add padding, 10 pixel padding at the top. Let's make it 12 pixel. Now let's scroll down. It's looking good. Now select the inner section. Select the column of the inner section. Unlink the padding. And link it again. Select the next column. Unlink the padding. Link it again. And add some padding. Let's unlink it at 10 pixel padding at the top. Let's make it 15 pixel. Now the testimonial. Now select the testimonial. Now the content, scroll down. Let's change it to the width. Let's change it to 315. Now let's style the next section. So this is looking okay. Let's go down. We can center align this on mobile. Go down, select this column within our section. Let's unlink it, link it again. Let's select this column of the text. Let's unlink it. Let's set it to 10 at the right and 10 at the left. Let's go down. Now the logo. Let's select the logo, click on style. Let's set it to 70. Let's select this as well, style. So let's scroll down. Now our website is looking good. We are done with the creation of this website's home page. What we can do again is just let's add some padding to the 10 pixel of padding to the text on the column. So select the column, advance, at the right 10 pixel, at the left 10 pixel. Let's scroll down. Do the same for the rest of the columns that contain the text. Right 10 pixel, 10 left 10 pixel. Scroll down. Done it for this. So now we are done with the responsiveness of this website on page. Click update to save the changes. Now let's hide this panel. You can see our website is now responsive on mobile. If we go to the tablet mode as well, you see that this website is also responsive on mobile as well as the desktop mode. So we are done with the creation of this home page. So I will have to create another tutorial on how to create the rest of these pages. So how to create your about, your coaching results, and the blog pages, how to create your contact page, how to link all your buttons to the contact page or the Calendly page where they can book an appointment. So, and also I will create another tutorial on how to create the services pages and as well as the remaining pages. So I will create another tutorial for that and link it to the playlist of this video. So that is the end for this section, and if you found this video valuable, kindly click the like button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more valuable videos like this. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And also, if you want to sign up for a web hosting provider, you can use the link in the description of this video to get 75% discount, and I will appreciate that. So thank you for watching this video to the end, and bye bye. Take care.